This research with the Dr. Shawn Thelen, actually he's my next door neighbor, and we are in the same department. And naturally, we develop very similar interest in research topics. So one day, the Shawn talked about his interest, and I was so excited with that. So we began to start and continue this research stream. In this research, we first realized this is a very timely and important issue in business, but still we don't have first a good measure of this phenomenon, this emerging phenomenon. So our first job was to develop a measure to access this phenomenon, so which we call consumer sentiment towards offshore services. So that's really required a lot of energy, and also a nationwide data survey. And we conducted that several stages. And then ultimately we found a very good, we call psychometrically sound measure, which has 26 items in the 5 dimensions. And then the next step was to validate this scale. And that's another, they called another step. So we went through that so that the scale survived in that the validation stage. And then third step was, so how can we define the relationship between this phenomenon and then consequences from the consumer side? In business, we say, what is the purpose of business? And usually we say that is to maximize stockholder welfare. To maximize stockholder welfare, and there are 2 functions. One is to raise revenues and or decrease the cost. So then, how can we decrease the cost? Then one is labor cost. So a lot of manufacturing businesses went to overseas to find out to use the low-cost labor. It was very successful, and then there was a trend. And the side effect was we lost a lot of jobs in domestic market. Now that phenomenon, that trend is coming to services. We thought the services must be conducted on site, but actually not. There are the front offices and then back offices. Now first, these back offices are going out to any country, and then eventually this front office can be conducted outside thanks to the technologies. So for example, we don't have to see actually in person-to-person, face-to-face. And one researcher says 95% of all services we are doing in America can be conducted offshore. So that imposes a danger on American jobs. So then the people develop very negative sentiment towards these offshore services. Now that's American perspective, but the international perspective is also is kind of the opposite, the reverse. Let's assume they provide very highly educated but cheap, relatively cheaper labor, and they enjoy more opportunities, getting jobs from more advanced and more expensive countries like America or Japan or Europe. Our research is coming very soon in the journal, which is titled the Journal of Academy of Marketing Science, which is a very renowned the journal in my field, marketing. My research is quite important in delivering the quality teaching to my classes. The one thing is I typically share my research as kind of a required reading in the class. The discussion is quite relevant to their reading, and also they talk with the author, and then I get their feedback and then evaluation. The benefit is I can give more meaningful feedback to my students, and also that way I can advance my own research.